What's up, y'all? I got a quick video about an issue I've been having with my Dodge Charger Scat Pack. It's a 2017. Basically, it's a problem with the Uconnect screen, the 8.4-inch Uconnect screen, having ghost click or ghost touches or whatever people call it. And this goes for any Chrysler, Dodge. I think some Jeeps have the 8.4-inch Uconnect in them, and Ram as well, I'm pretty sure. Digitizer that everybody says to replace is about 150 to 200 bucks, and the whole Uconnect system itself is like $2,000, I'm pretty sure. So you could save a good bit of money by doing it this way. And basically, I'll show you guys real quick. There's a bubble that gets caused up here or at the bottom or on the side, you know, anywhere. And basically what that bubble is from is there's a digitizer that sits over your LCD display, and there's glue in between there. That glue, with, you know, over time with the car heating up and cooling down and heating up and cooling down, and, you know, you turning on the heater and, you know, stuff like that in the winter or whatever, or whenever it's cold, that glue behind the digitizer starts to melt, and it'll actually trick the digitizer into thinking that you're touching the screen, or, you know, something's touching the screen. And like for me, in my case, my screen would actually completely turn off, completely reboot. And it's not only annoying, it's also kind of a safety hazard, because there is a lot of things that, you know, we do on these screens. And granted, I have these buttons down here, but, you know, most of the stuff is up here. Basically what you're going to need for this is you're going to need a adhesive remover, or like a Goo Be Gone, paper towels, or microfiber cloths. You're going to want some sort of pry tool or a screwdriver to get the digitizer off the actual screen. What you want to start with first is you want to start with taking this whole plastic panel off. But what I do is I stick the pry tool in the side and just pop up, you know, make my way around with the pry tool until it's kind of loose, and then I'll get in there and either grab from here or in here or down here, and I'll just pop the rest of it out. But yeah, start by popping this off, and I'll get back to you guys when I'm done getting this off. Another quick thing, you want to make sure to have your steering wheel all the way down and out towards you, so you have enough room to be able to pop this out. As you guys can see, I got the whole thing out, but one of my vents didn't come out with the rest. And if this does happen, take your vent and you put it back on there. There's that same clip, or that same piece that's broken off for me, will go there, and then this back one will go into there, and then it basically just push down and it'll clip back in, and you can put the whole thing in like that. But now that we got that out of the way, there is 4 screws. There's one right there, one right there, one right there, and one up there. And it's just those 4 screws to remove the whole head unit. And then behind the head unit there is wires, and they're all color coded. I will show you guys those when we get to them. Right, so now that I got those 4 screws out, you can kind of pull this out, rotate it to the side in there, just like that. They're all color coded, so when I'm putting this back together, I usually start with this burgundy color back here, plug that one in first, and then the white one to one and the pink one, and then this one can only go in one spot, and you have this big one here that can also only go in one spot. So with one hand here, they are kind of annoying to get out of here, especially that big one, but these little ones aren't that bad. And then for this big one, you push in right here and it'll pop up just like that, and then you just swing it out and the whole clip will come out. So this is now probably going to be the hardest part. So basically what you want to do is get some sort of flathead screwdriver, and there's these little tabs on the side, and you want to pop these up There we go. Okay, and then once you get those popped up, you want to be very careful. I would recommend doing this inside. I'm just doing this just to show you guys. You want to be very careful with this, a wire right there at the bottom. I'm going to be very careful of this wire and not to yank on it too hard, or else you'll pull out the little sensor thing. I don't even know really what it's for. I just heard it's bad if you yank it out of there. So now that we're to this part, once you have it inside, and I would recommend getting some Gooby Gone or some adhesive remover of some sort, and a bunch of either microfiber towels or you know, just regular paper towels, because this whole screen behind here, behind this digitizer, is going to be filled with glue, and it's going to be very, very difficult to get that glue out. But the glue is what's causing the problem, because it's heating up and cooling down, and then it's separating itself, and then the digitizer thinks that your fingers touching the screen, so it's causing the ghost click. So you want to be very careful when you stick whatever you use in here. If you're using a screwdriver, if you're using a pry tool, if you're using a razor blade, I used a razor blade. You want to be very careful to not lift up the LCD display with the digitizer. You want to try to separate them, and it's not bad if you can't get them to separate right away, because I didn't get mine to separate right away, and I was using a razor blade, which is probably the best way to do it. So basically you just stick the razor blade in here like this, and you just drag it across the edges, every edge, and be very careful at the bottom here. Sorry, I thought it was up there. Be very careful at the bottom, because you can see this strip of wires right here, and if you cut those, your screen won't work. So I just dragged the knife right up to it, and then just went to the other side, and then just kept it going. So, and then you do it here too, and eventually, enough times, you'll eventually be able to get the digitizer off the screen. It's going to take a lot of time. It took me about 45 to 30 minutes, and then you're just going to start spraying it with Gooby Gone or adhesive remover, whatever you have, and just wiping it away. I've heard of people using razor blades when they're doing it to replace the digitizer, but I didn't do it that way, because if you damage either one, then, you know, you scratch the digitizer, it may not work right. You scratch the LCD display, it may not work right. So I didn't use a razor blade. I just used Gooby Gone, window cleaner, and a cloth, just to get it all off. And once you get it all off, then you put the double-sided sticky tape along every edge on the back side of the digitizer, and then you put the digitizer back on. You put this back on, just like so, and go put it in your car to see if it works. I recommend connecting all the wires first to the back of this, turning your car on, and seeing if it works. Alright, so I just put all the wires back in and just set it back there for right now. So when you guys put it back in, it's going to be basically completely reset. I'm pretty sure it even shows the Chrysler logo. Yeah, it does. Shows the Chrysler logo. It's not going to have any of my like super track pack or anything like that. It's just going to be completely reset. I don't even think I have heated seats. Yeah, nothing. So to fix this, so you guys don't freak out, what you want to do is you want to push up in this corner for about 20 seconds, just until the screen turns off. And what it's going to do is it's going to reset the device. So because it basically has to read your car. It has to figure out what car you're in. So if you're in a Hellcat, it's got to figure out if you're in a Hellcat. If you're in a Demon, it's got to figure out that you're in a Demon, you know. So for me, it's going to figure out that I'm in Scat Pack, and it's going to give me all my pages back and stuff. And sometimes, like that time it didn't work. Sometimes you got to do it again for it to work. There we go. So it's powering down Chrysler. We'll wait for it to turn back on. So boom, there we go. Now it says Dodge. And I should have everything back. Yeah, so I got my heated seats back down there. Boom, so yeah, we're back. And then I have all of my sport settings and all that fun stuff. So if that does not work for you, because I have heard people say that doesn't work in my performance pages. If that does not work for you, basically you just have to park the car, put everything back together, park the car, let it sit for a couple hours so it can reconfigure itself, read your car and all that fun stuff. So hopefully this video helps somebody out. I know it was a little all over the place, but this was my first time doing it, and I figured I would put a video out there for people, because the only videos I really found were just replacing the whole digitizer, and I really didn't want to do that if I didn't have to. So I really hope this helps somebody out there, save a little bit of money. And if you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.